Yes, you're watching the South Australian Sports Show. Thanks for staying with us. Time to talk about baseball, Baz. And our next two guest mates, Nick Hutchings and Kason King, have been good enough to come in just back from the under-13s or 12 and under World Championships in Taiwan. Thanks for coming in, fellas.
Yep, no worries. Great to be here.
All right. Yeah. Shall we start with you first, Kason, because you're the catcher, so you're the main man. He's the main man. Yeah. Mate, what was it? Was it a great experience to travel to another part of the world?
Yeah, it was fantastic.
Yeah?
First time?
Yeah, first time.
Yeah? Did you enjoy the whole experience?
Yeah.
Yeah? What did you think of Taiwan? Busy place?
Busy, very different to Adelaide.
Yep.
So, yeah.
It's too many people, isn't there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of scooters.
How was your form there, mate?
Yeah, good.
Your form, but yours in particular, yeah? Went okay?
Yeah, pretty good.
Big reps on you as a catcher, so you've got a big future in the game.
Yeah.
So it's a game that you obviously love playing and want to go as far as you possibly can in, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other sport or just the baseball?
Oh, just baseball. I used to play soccer,
Yeah.
Hey,
but mainly baseball.
okay, tell me, you know, we watch it on TV, mate. We see the catcher doing all these signals and this one and that. Do you get into that a fair bit?
Yeah, I got to do that. I got to tell the pitchers what to throw.
Yeah. Do they do what you tell them?
Yeah, most of the time.
Yeah. Have you ever had one? One that happened and you had to straighten him out?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do? You stop the game and just walk out to the mound and have a little chat with him there?
Yeah, I've done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you say to him? Give me something you can say to the viewers, of course. And your dad's here, so you can't swear. So you have to keep it a little tidy.
I just say, come on, go throw that pitch, or...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do what
that
you're told from now on.
Who's the boss? Who's the boss out there? Is the catcher the boss?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And so you should be. And so you should be.
Yeah. Hey, Nick, you had to coach them, mate. Travelling on your own's hard enough, mate. To go with a group of kids to Taiwan would be interesting. But you didn't get a real lot of time to train when you try and bring kids in from all around Australia. So you get to Taiwan. How long did you get to prep before the first game?
We had 3 days. So we had a travel day, and the very next day we had a practice game against Czech Republic. Just threw all the kids in the deep end, trying to get to know each other, see what they could do. And then the next 2 days we trained as a team just to form those bonds and get to know what everyone could do, and then straight into the tournament.
Do you know, before you go, like when we spoke off air, you said that the biggest contingent was from New South Wales.
Yep.
Do you know of these kids before you go to Taiwan? Do you know how they play, where they play before you go to Taiwan? Or is it just all when you get there, whoa, let's throw them in and see what happens?
No, definitely know every single one of the kids, because we had a national tournament in Lismore, New South Wales, that all these kids played at. Yeah. So we've seen them, we picked them based on their skills and positions and what we liked in them. So knew all of them before, but then obviously had to get together and teach them how to play together.
Yeah. Nick, there's 2 pools, 2 of 6. You've got USA and Mexico
we did.
in your pool, mate, which are probably along with Japan, you'd see as the top 3 countries almost in the world for baseball. How'd you fare against USA and Mexico?
It was tough.
I'm not worried about the score, how you thought the team performed.
I thought the team performed well. Yeah. For playing under 12s against the 2 powerhouse teams, we played really well. Yeah. Held USA for the first half of the game, which was a win in itself. Yeah. And then against Mexico, I think we threw almost 80% strikes. So as 11 and 12-year-old kids, as coaches and people watching, you can't ask for much more than that.
No, that's
true. Now, mate, you had a little bit of time in the States with the Pittsburgh Steelers before the shoulder threw out. So you're the pitcher, and we're sitting with the catcher as well.
Yep.
If you ask the catcher who's most important, they say the catcher is. You ask the pitcher says he is. But if we try not to put you two in a difficult spot, really that's the pivotal combination, isn't it? For those. I mean, I know you've got to have the hitters. I know they're important, but if you haven't got a good pitcher, you haven't got a good catcher, you're up against it, aren't you?
A bit of bother.
Oh, tough from the start, yeah. They have most to say in the game. Obviously, it's a team sport, but the pitcher's got to play well and the catcher's got to help the pitcher. If you don't throw strikes, it's going to be tough to defend, tough to not concede runs, and then on the opposite side, you need your catcher to help you out and call you in, call the right pitches. So it's a team effort between the 2 of them.
Tell us a bit about your time, mate, because Phil mentioned it. You signed with Pittsburgh Pirates in 2012.
Correct.
And it says all I know is injury shortened your career. What happened there? First of all, how did it come about that you get to Pittsburgh and then the injury?
So to get there, obviously, I had a lot of training, made all the underage state teams like Kason's just started, went through all the state programs, a couple of Australian teams. We had national camps in Lismore and in Gold Coast. Yeah. And obviously scouts attend all the national tournaments and obviously Australian team practices, so they see what you can do, what you like, and they report back to America about your abilities and what they think you can be like. and then played for the Adelaide Bike, got an offer, and that's the start of it.
How old were you when you got the offer?
16 and a half.
Okay.
Wow. And the injury itself, mate, what have you done?
Just in the shoulder, just get pain every time I throw, so it's a bit tough to continue playing. Have played in recent years.
Still playing, mate? Still with Southern Districts?
Still playing, not pitching as often as I used to, but obviously, like to stay in the game in another capacity, so
And doing a bit of
tried
coaching.
my hand of coaching and got Kason here.
You've moved into coaching, mate, so you spent a bit of time with the Australian team now, still doing some work with the juniors as well. Is it trying to fit around a full-time job as well?
Not quite full time, but have a couple of jobs on the go. So a couple of family jobs too. So get time off when I need it.
There we
which
go.
is quite handy at this point in my career, my age.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
not much more I can ask for.
And the bike would have been an experience because they've had some pretty powerful sides over the last few years as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
Adelaide, no problem at all. I've been following them. They lose a few players every now and then, but they're not a bad side. The Adelaide Bike. They've always been competitive, very, very competitive.
Always, yeah. We had a good run back in between 2012 and 2014, I believe, was a good little run where we had great locals, and dropped off a little bit the few years in between, and the last couple of years now I've got some good kids coming through.
Yeah.
So
Is this local kids, mate? We're talking about, or we're not talking about imports or that. We're talking about good locals.
Good locals. So I've got a couple of good local Adelaide kids, and got a good couple of kids from interstate too. So they're still Australians, which is good for our sport. And we've brought them over us, and we're on the up.
So when's it all happen? When's it all get going? Or later on this year, October, November, something like that, when the baseball season really kicks in for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so when do you start, mate?
October.
And what about your pre-season camps and all that? When does all that?
Yeah, that starts on Saturday.
On this Saturday?
Yeah.
Whereabouts does that happen, mate?
Seaton.
At Seaton.
East Torrens boy.
He's an East, yeah.
Yeah. Might have to start burying for East Torrens.
No.
No. Oh, okay. Hey,
No, we might.
just before we get the one, man, I recently appointed the pitcher of the Australian under-12 team. We talk about it a lot on this show, how so much correction gets done, be it kicking for footy, shooting for basketball, for baseball. How much time do you spend actually coaching as opposed to re-correcting when you first get the kids?
So for us, it was tough because we only had 4 training days before the tournament. So we did little minuscule stuff, a lot of keys on concentration and execution, but not too much with their technique. They're in the team for a reason. They were good enough. It's just fine tuning how often they can throw strikes and the high percentage.
Hey, just Kason, for you, mate, and you might have to help him out here. A chance to go to America. At what age would they start to look at Kason as a kid that may be the kind of kid they want to get involved in?
Yeah, they're probably already starting to look at it
Already
now.
know.
Is that right? Yeah, that early, yeah.
Keeps making these charter teams, his Marlins teams, and the state teams coming up. His name's going to be on the list.
And what about the girlfriends, mate? What do they think about you travelling so much?
Don't have one.
Haven't you got a girlfriend?
No.
Oh, mate, you keep catching. I think you'll get a few. Don't worry about that.
Nick,
Well,
really
well,
appreciate you coming in, Case.
good on you, mate.
Fantastic, mate. A lot ahead
Thank
for you. Stay with us. Still, a bit more to come on the show.